welcome to Knitting from the Little Shed. I'm your host, Holly B. And it is later in the evening than I'm used to recording. We have our guest here, Cash. He's beside me. He wants to come out into the little shed tonight. So you may catch a glimpse or two of him, my sweet little old man. Lots going on this week. Lots. I have a book launch coming on Saturday, and so I'm trying to do all the things to get ready. And although everything feels great and I feel ready, it is slightly overwhelming in all the right ways, of course. But I'm trying to make sure that it's like I'm holding my own party, and I want to make sure all the guests that come are happy with the results. So yeah, that feels slightly overwhelming, but good, all good. It's what I've worked towards. It's what I've worked for, and I want to share this book with the world. So sorry we don't have a warm fire in the stove here to keep things nice and gold and hot, but it is still 24 degrees here in the little shed. And I have this crew neck on, so we're good. We are very good. So what I thought I might share with you today are some of my acquisitions. I don't have any projects. As soon as I'm done the book launch, I'm heading to the big city of Toronto. And I can't wait because I'm going to hit up some of the shops there too. And maybe they'll let me take some footage of their shops and I can share that with you as well. But like I had mentioned before, I went to the Swedish shop in a little town about an hour and a bit away from here called Buttons. And yes, I may have picked up a few items. So let's put on the glasses here. They've expanded the shop and now they have a whole room for knitting, a studio for learning, and they are doing quilting, cross-stitching, weaving, and I will take you there one day, I promise, very, very soon. So this is Super Kid Mohair. Spray is the name. And it's made in Italy. It's 70% mohair, 30% silk. And it is just gorgeous. Matches my shirt wonderfully. So these are just purchases that I made on a whim for something. Oh, Cash is going on the couch. How about we have a nice Diet Coke? Oh, I wonder what that came across as. Have a little sip of that. Next thing we purchased. This is like a cloud. What do you think, Cash? It's a gray color. And it's Estelle. They do carry quite a line of varying weights for Estelle in the store. This is Alpaca Mist, which I've not seen from Estelle. And it's probably just because I don't have access to a lot of different things here. So this is 89% superfine alpaca and 11% recycled polyamide. But it too will make a great addition to coupling up with something else. So they are, like I said, random purchases. This one, oh my goodness. Doesn't that just make you happy? Like I don't ever want to wind it into a cake. I just want to keep it like this because it is just happy. The colors are beautiful, especially at this time of the year when things are so dull and gray. I mean, let's just wear it. There, done. Don't even need to knit it. You can double it up. Kidding. This is Allegria Superwash Merino. And this baby here will find itself into a pair of socks. There is no doubt, but it is beautiful and very squishy. What else do we have here? I did purchase a couple of quilting patterns because it just wouldn't be right. I mean, it's not fair to purchase yarn and not something for quilting. So I purchased 2 different quilts. I have an obsession with these pointed star blocks, and so I thought I would pick up a couple of patterns and maybe dabble in that. I haven't touched any of my quilting for years, and I have a cupboard full of quilts on top of so many that I've made for gifts. And I do use them. I use all of my quilts. I can see one sitting right over there by the chair. I use them. I want people to use them, and so they're not showpieces, but They're also not inexpensive to make. I mean, putting the tops together is one thing, but when you have to sandwich them and send them out to be quilted by a long arm, it can get up into the hundreds. And so I had made so many that I just didn't know what to do with them anymore. But of course, like everything else, I have the bug for it again. Now, I did make another purchase, but this has nothing to do with sewing, quilting, anything yarn related, but I could not resist. In the next story that I'm writing, it's a sweet romance. And the truck that I have the main character driving is a 1980 two-tone Ford 1F50 pickup. Check this out. There's a new series of puzzles that are out. And I actually picked this up at the little country cafe that we had breakfast at, but Buttons also was carrying some of these, and they had a little sewing machine that I almost picked up, but I didn't. I mean, come on. And here, like the puzzle is inside. I don't even know what the puzzle will be, to be honest with you. I think it's a photo of something, but I don't care because as I write my book, I will have this beside me. I've always wanted a truck like this, and there's one in my town. And I swear, when I am done the book, I am going to approach that individual and I'm going to ask them to take some photos. But maybe I'll fill this up with candies and maybe that'll be my incentive. Oh my gosh, the wheels turn. Check that out. So cool. So cool. So yeah, I thought that was a fun purchase. Not something I typically buy, but it was because of the truck and I just needed to have it. Uh, Writing. Not too much writing was done this week, unfortunately, because of the preparations I'm trying to do for the book launch. But that's okay. As soon as the book launch is over on Saturday, right back into it. And we need to get into that second manuscript so we can get that sweet romance rolling. And I can't wait to share that. One thing I did want to share. Remember when I talked to you about, I guess they call it frogging, and I used to throw away things if I got discouraged. And this was one of those cases where I was learning to make that cardigan, and it's the Pattern by Petite Knit that I showed in the last video. And I was trying to figure out, sometimes I do struggle working through the patterns, and I'm not sure why that is. But I have always found that about myself. I may have to read something several times before it really clicks. And so this was one of those cases where I was trying to figure out how to do it. And I got so discouraged that I just took it off the needles. Or for whatever reason, I hung on to it. And I don't know if it was to learn from the mistakes that I was making. Like there were so many holes when I was picking up stitches. But I did hang on to it for some reason. And maybe it was because I knew I wanted to start over again. And I wanted this as some sort of, not a reflection, but to look back on to see where I went wrong. I think I'm ready to part with this now. And I don't know if I'll take it apart and use it or just let it go. But I don't have the same feelings as I used to before. I don't feel the negativity and the inner critic. It's just that I was learning. And yes, I put a lot of time into this very, what seems like not much, but I put a lot of time into it and it's okay. I'm letting it go because I started over. I didn't give up. And now I'm halfway through the cardigan. So yeah, that's a proud moment for me. In other news, the book launch is taking over my life. So that is what I'm focused on. Cash is now asleep on the couch. I don't even know how much knitting I'm going to get done in the next few days, and that's okay. There's no pressure. I cannot pressure myself for that. But I hope you'll stick with me and that I will probably come back with some acquisitions from down south. I will try to keep it to a minimum. Uknit in Toronto is having a 20% off sale on Family Day. So that's good news and not good news at the same time, but I will see if I can catch some footage along the way. And I hope you'll join me next time here in the little shed. Thanks for sharing the last few minutes with me. Bye for now. Oh my gosh, I have to fill up the wood. I'm empty. I gotta get that done. Are you ready for this? Look at how beautiful. Look at those trees. Incredible. But you know what's keeping me warm right now? These puppies right here.